Okay, so we are discussing now correlation and regression, a quick summary or maybe quick understanding on that. So what is a correlation? Correlation is used when two variables are assessed, finding out a relationship between two variables. For example, like I gave an example, like age and weight, age and IQ, age and income. Is there a relationship between one variable versus another variable? Is there a relationship or not? If you want to find out, if you have two columns of information and if you want to know what is the relationship between one variable with the other, and what is the degree of relationship, there are two things. One is there a relation? That is one. The second one is how strong or how weak is the relation. That is the second one. Okay, that's why I have put here two words. Maybe in the coming slides you can see more precise informations. And in the beginning, if we remember, we started plotting some basic informations, like we started with bar diagrams, right? How do we plot x and y information? So here as well, in correlation we do the same thing. We have two quantities x, two quantities which are actually plotted on x and y diagram. Okay, one is called independent. All x are called independent, and y is called dependent. What is this independent and dependent variable is x y, the y, the results of y is dependent on how x behaves. Okay, so what is the there is a relationship. Okay, so that means there is some relationship between with the variable x and the variable y. Okay, and y is strongly dependent on how x behaves. Okay, so so that means this is the second keyword that you should remember. First keyword I said degree of relationship. Second keyword dependent and independent variables. Okay, for example, let us say we have income and expenditure. Okay, here expenditure is a dependent variable. Why? Because expenditure depends on how what is the income and what is the level of income that we have. Okay, for example, another case, let us say we have smoking. Common examples that you find in the book is smoking and cancer, right? Cancer by itself is not is independent. Okay, cancer is not independent by itself. It is a dependent factor. It depends on smoking, right? So there is some variables which are dependent and there are some variables which are independent. Okay, so that these two keywords will come into picture when we talk about correlation. Okay, for example, let us say I have taken this from the book. They have measured. There is one example where weight has been recorded and relative sugar levels in the blood. Okay, is there a relationship between weight and the sugar level or the pressure level in the blood? Okay, so if these are the two variables, any variable we can put. For example, let us say we can put the age here and assessment marks that we have got for a subject. Is there a relationship between age and mark? Okay, or is there a relationship between number of hours studied versus mark? Okay, so how it is done, we have seen this in the initial case. We just have to keep one variables in the x and one variable in the y, and here in correlation precisely we should keep the dependent variable in the y axis. So and then the plot is drawn. Okay, so this is very simple scatter plot diagram where it says, for example, I think this is the first one, 67 weight, and the blood pressure level that is recorded is 120. Okay, similarly all the variables that is given here is plotted. Okay, now this is okay, this we have already done. In fact, we did this in the initial case as well, where we tried to draw a bar diagram for the two variables. Now the real question is there a relationship between this x variable and y variable? Okay, and that can be understood through correlation. And if we in Excel we have a command where we can just turn on the correlation line, linear lines. Probably you must be aware. Once you draw this table, in fact it can be done for a point scatter diagrams like this, and even for the bar diagrams, you just have to right click and then you insert the linear line. It will tell you what is the connection between this point and the line. Okay, so let me erase this so that we can say what is that we are discussing. Okay, so what is the relationship between this point and what is the relationship between this point and what is the average what do you say average line that we can draw between these observations. Okay, so if we go further, I'll tell you how do we read this diagram. There are three things that we should understand. One is positive relation, another one is negative relation, and the third one is no relation. What is positive relation? I think I have some. Yeah, this is positive relation. Here as well is a positive relation, where if you see this, the observations are progressive. Okay, and this is x. This we said y, and we said this is dependent variable and this is independent variable. And if you plot the data set, okay, in x and y, and if you see the relationship, it is all positive. It's an increasing with increasing x value. Okay, this is called a positive correlation. If you observe a data set like this is called a positive data set, and positive correlation is there between the data set. Okay, so the second type in the same way is negative correlation. We can see this is a quite opposite of positive correlation, where the number gradually decreases with increase in x value. For example, here the example is reliability, or maybe the performance of the car versus age. With age, or with mileage, x use of mileage, the performance of the car decreases. Okay, this is again, there is a correlation, but there is a negative correlation. Okay, so this is called this is second type of correlation. Third type of correlation is if you plot the information, you will not be able to figure out any result. Okay, it's all, you can see it's all static. We are not, if you draw a line, it will be straight line, almost straight line, or slightly inclined or slightly negative way. And there will not be a strong upward arrow or upward line or downward line indicating positive or negative correlation. Okay, so these are the keywords that we have to understand when we talk about correlation. Okay, so like we said, statistics showing degree of relationship between two variables can be understood through coefficient, correlation coefficient. Actually, here I said these values can be understood, right? There is a correlation. Okay, there is a relationship between x and y variable. Okay, and what is the degree of correlation? Degree means how much is how strong or how weak is the correlation. Here also we said yes, there is a positive correlation. Here in this diagram also we said there is a positive correlation. Here we said there is a negative correlation. Here we say there is no correlation. Okay, how strong or how positive is the correlation between x and y in this diagram? How strong or how weak or how negative is the correlation between x and y in this diagram can be understood through a concept called correlation coefficient. What is correlation coefficient? it is actually some the also called as Pearson's correlation coefficient. It is represented by R, and probably you must have come across when you read papers. You say that the R value of this relationship between is 0.7 or 0.8, or the R value is or negative 0.3. So R is nothing but the relationship, the degree of relationship. Okay, so it is represented by R, and which tells us the degree of relationship. So how do we understand that? It is there are two things. It can be positive, like we said, positive relation. It can be negative relation as well, and it varies from I think there is one diagram. This is better, I guess. I have put some text as well here. Maybe you can just read once and to understand what is positive. Positive is direct correlation and negative is indirect correlation. Okay, fine. So the relationship can be between negative 1 to positive 1. Okay, and there is no relation. Okay, this is how we can put both the extreme. And if we get an R value of 0.5, so that means the correlation is positive and it is a strong correlation. And if we get a value in between 0.25 and 0.75, then this is intermediate one. There is a correlation, and probably this is intermediate correlation. So if we get a higher value of 0.5 and above, it is a very strong correlation, positive correlation. Okay, and if it is 0.25 and less, it's a weak correlation, weak and positive correlation. Similarly, if we get a R value, these are with respect to R value that we will be calculating actually. So if it is negative 1, that is perfect negative correlation, and similarly if you get 1, it is perfect positive correlation. And if the R value is negative 0.75, between 0.75 and -1, then it will be strong negative correlation. And if we get a R value which is negative between 0.75 and 0.25, then it is again negative correlation, but intermediate. Okay, so this is actually the degree of correlation. So there are two things. I think here it is some you can understand there are two things. One is the sign, the other one is the value. So what is sign? Sign, it can be positive or it can be negative. Okay, value is how strong. Is it 0.9 or it is 0.2 or it is -9 or it is negative 0.2. Okay, so both are important to define the relationship between two variables. Okay, I think I have put if R is 0, this means no association or no correlation between two variables. If R is 0 is between 0 and 0.2, it is a weak correlation. If it is 0.25 and 0.75, intermediate correlation. And if it is 0.75 and 1, it's a strong correlation. And if we get 1, and this is a perfect correlation. Okay, so this is the degree of correlation that that can be understood if we generate results, and if we have to make conclusions on that, probably we can use these keywords. How do we calculate? There is a formula. It looks very complex, but it is actually a very simple one. Summation of xy minus summation of x summation multiplied by summation of y divided by n. And I think we use standard deviation, right? More or less the formula fits into that. I have given one example as well. For example, age and weight. Is there a relationship between age and weight? Okay, and what is the correlation between these two variables? So this is age and this is weight. And if we have using this formula, we first need to generate divide the dependent and independent variable. Okay, and in this case, one variable age is called independent and the other variable weight is called dependent. Okay, So like I said, this formula has to be decoded. That is very simple. Summation of xy, summation of x, and summation of y divided by, we use summation of x square and so on. So we need to generate a table where here the same value, okay, this is x and y, summation of x, okay, all summation of y, okay, and this is multiplication of x and y, okay, and summation of x and y, x square, all values, and similarly summation of x square values of all the variables that we have. Similarly y square, okay, and summation of the values. It looks very complex, but it is nothing. These are the four things that we need for generating the R value. R is the degree of relationship that we are trying to establish. So once you put that information, let us say we get an R value of 0.7 or 0.8 to round it off. So based on this what do you say, benchmark, if the value is between 0.75 plus 0.75 to 1, then there is a strong correlation between the age and weight, okay, a strong positive correlation. If with increasing age there is an increase in weight, okay. So this is very simple example that can be used, but we can use this correlation for analyzing many problems, okay. For example, we use this to see what is the preference of color in a room, okay, and is there a relationship between light, okay, and well-being. Any two variable which we can think of can be converted into dependent and independent variable, and then this statistical tool can be one of the powerful tool, statistical tool, that this can be applied for understanding the relationship between two variables, okay. So this is very quickly, I have just summarized it. Okay, what is this second concept, regression? This is actually here it establishes relationship between two variables and stand state, okay. Regression, how you can understand is, regression has the capacity to forecast, okay. Regression technique can be used for predicting future, okay. Let's say we have future in the sense predicting using the information that we have. Sorry, one second, I think I can show it with diagram. Yeah, so we have already constructed this information and you want to know what will happen later, okay. So using this regression model, we can actually predict what will happen based on the data set, based on the data set that we already have in hand, okay. So regression is again we commonly used in research as one of the research technique for analyzing two variables, okay. So regression is a technique concerned with predicting some variables by knowing others. The process of predicting variable y using x variable, this regression tells you how value y changes as a function of when x changes. What is the if you change x, how it will impact y, can be understood through regression, okay. Correlation describes this strength of linear relationship between two variables, whereas regression tells us how to draw the straight line. Yeah, so here I briefly said we have to draw a line, right? So how this line is arrived is through regression, okay. So it actually interpolates it takes actually the residual average of each data set, and then a line is drawn, okay. This line is linear regression line, okay. So or also called as best fit line, okay. So if in overall data set what is the average if we line that you can say. This is actually called best fit line data sets, and this is used in regression model. Okay, so this is very briefly that I have put about correlation and regression, and we can use this for our research purpose. It depends. Okay, so it depends on the question that you are trying to ask. So based on that question, you can use correlation, you can use regression to come out with possible